So, good morning, everyone. So, today we are going to discuss about reports and dashboard. I will start sharing my screen. Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes.
So, basically, what does what do you guys know about report, like in general terms? So, if you hear a name of reports, so what do you think of, and how it can be used? So, in general.
Collection of records in a single page or single object.
Okay. Visualize the data in report. Okay. Oh, any other? Okay. So basically, whatever you guys were telling, they are right. Okay. So we will collect a set of data as per our requirement. Like we'll in Salesforce we'll filter it out as per our requirement. Like whichever data we need, we can filter it out based on category, based on name or whatever it is. We'll filter, we'll group them, we'll showcase in a tabular manner or in the chat manner. Okay, so that's where the report is being used. So let's get in. This is uh, in reports when we create a report. Our first thing is we'll store it in a folder. Okay, so there are public folder and private folder and shared folders. So in if you want to keep your folder as a shared one, you have to make it as private and you have to provide an access. So that's how you can make the report as viewable for other person. So if you are making it as public, it can be access for everyone. Okay. So those accessing points, everything I'll showcase when I showcase the actual example or demo, whatever it is. So in report, there are two types. So one is the standard report type, the other is the custom report type. So standard report type is nothing but when we create an object, we'll get to see if we can create a report type. So then if we enable them, if the object is available for reports, then it will create a standard report type for that object. So it will have set of fields where like say name, ID, phone number, email, everything it will have whatever the values fields we have in the object, it will get included. And if we are creating a custom field over in that object, so it will ask if we need to include that field in the report. So if we say yes, it will include them in the report type. So let's say if we are creating a report 2 days back and you are creating a new field today, and if you ask me, can will this be included in the report? Yes, it will be included, and you can go to the report which was created 2 days back, and you can edit. You can add the field which have been created. So we have all those kind of things. So when it comes to the custom report type, so let's say we have a relation for account and contact, and we need a combined report. Okay. So using custom report type, we can make a relationship out of it. So if there is any, so whenever there is a relationship between two objects, we can make a custom report and we can get the fields from both the objects to make a custom report type. Through the report type only, we will be able to create a report. Report type is nothing but a template kind of thing. So there will be a template which we won't be modifying. We'll be creating reports from the template. So that's what report type uh, meant to be. Any doubts here? No, right?
No.
No, sir.
Back here, I'll showcase the first thing which I said is about the folders, right? So if we see, there is public. Uh, Here it is. So there are this many folders. So if we want, we can create a folder else we can so these are all these two are created by this is created by me. All these things have happened automatically. So if we see created by automated process, everything it have automated one. So this folder have been created by me. So what I can do is here I can there is an drop down option. If I select and give up on share, it will ask for which user we can give the access to, and we can select if they need to view or if they need to edit, or if we give it as manage, they can even able to delete the report. So this is a prior thing. You should know what access you need to give for the particular user. So it can be played with user roles and public groups, and these are all subordinates is nothing but whoever comes under it. Like if we say manager as a head person, and under manager if we have a team leader, so if we give role and internal subordinate, whatever uh, the lower categories he has, for every access, he the upper person will have, the root person will have the access to. That's where these two plays a role. Okay, so what we could do is, this is about the folder. And if we need to create a new folder for you, for yourself, you can create a new folder. So that's what I'll go to the report types. So these are all standard report types. If you see, there are many report types which are standard. So we don't need to get into the standard one major. Let's get into the custom report types. Okay, I'll create a new custom report type, and I'll give the primary object as account, and with contact. Then I'll give the category as, okay, sorry, I'll give it as other. There sorry, other reports. Um, if if we keep this status as in development, it won't be visible for any user. Only for the developers it will be visible, where they can edit it out. I am keeping it as deployed so that it will be visible for everyone. So these are all the three things which we need to do. So by any chance, do you guys know about Venn diagram? Any idea on Venn diagram? Anyone? Okay. So if we see, we have given the primary object as accounts. So it is covering A, which is accounts thoroughly. So which means that we are not giving any filterization. It will take all the records from the accounts. Okay. So if I give the relation of contacts here, okay. So what by this diagram, what it means is like we are taking the records which has both accounts and contacts. So that's what it means to be. So we can change the relationship here. So if you see here, each A record must have at least one related B record. Only those records will be showing in the report if we create with this type of report type. So if we change this to like this, it will show all the accounts. It doesn't care about whether we have a contact or not. Okay. So by this diagram, we can get to know like what kind of relationship it has been given with the child objects. So we can give up to 4 relationships. So if we see here, there are, okay, I'll give cases. So even here, if we see, it is just concatenating the cases. So it will, what it does is it will take the account. It doesn't care about whether it has contact or case, but if it does has, it will show. So that's what it represents. Any doubts here with this relationship? As is a major thing while creating a report type, we have to be sure that what type of report types we are generating, and with that report type, what type of reports we are creating. So any doubts here? Okay, I'll take it as no. I'll proceed further. I'm giving it up as save. So now I have created a report type which should have the account which doesn't care about whether we have a contact or not. So here if we see for accounts it has got 70 fields, and for contacts it has got 66 fields. So if we need to add further fields, we can go out here. We can see if there are any fields missed in the account. So if we see here in accounts, there are no fields which are missed. In contact, so in contact, if we see account name is not added. Anyways, the account name would be present in the account field itself. So we don't need to again add it. Okay. So even with this diagram, with this picturization, we can get to know what are there in the layout, what are not there in the layout. Okay. So if we see any other field, so all other fields are there present out there. So we can use every field which are there in the contact. So in case if we need to change the name only in the report, not in the object, we can select this and we can click upon this edit property to change the name of the column, which is like, if we say here which we are displaying, we can change the name of it. So that's where these edit properties are being used here. So we can change from account name to account, or some other name which we need to give, user, or whatever case you are making use of. This option will be enabled only for the report types. So if there is no report type option available for you, you won't be able to modify it. Okay. So this is about report type. I am just saving this out. So I have created a report type. Now let's get into this slide. Okay, so if we say in reports, there are 4 types of reports. One is a tabular, the summary, the matrix, and the joint reports. Okay. So in case of tabular, we will just have the direct values and we won't have any grouping. We won't have any row or group level row or column level grouping. It will have direct plain report. So if we see here, it doesn't have, we cannot create any chart out of it. Since it will have a singular type data, we won't have any grouping. We won't be able to create a chart. So this is about tabular. And if we see, this is how it will be. So we won't have any grouping. The presentation would be something like this, and the chat would be disabled here. Okay. So if we go for the summary reporting, when we'll group a data with the row, any field with the row, it will be certainly called as summary report, where we can generate a chat out of the report. Okay. So then if we see here, there will be a grouping and there will be visual representation available. So if we see here, the chat would be enabled, we can create a chat out of it. So if we go to the matrix reports, when we will group both rows and columns, it will have the matrix representation and we can create a chart out of that as well. Only with the tabular, we won't be able to make a chart. Okay. So if we see here, we have grouped with type as well as rating. So and the representation would look something like this. So then the joint report. Joint report is nothing but when we don't have any relationship with two objects and when we need to create a report out of them, we'll create a two different we'll merge two different reports to make that as a joint report. Okay. So this is how it looks like. So for each block we would give one name and we would create a report. So this is how it would look like. Then if we go this up, that's it about the reports. Whatever I have showcased in the slide, I'll try to showcase as a demo or sample ones. Okay. So if we see here, we have a report on sample report, which is new opportunity report. Can anyone say what type of report it is with the representation?
Summary report.
Okay. Yeah. So this is summary report where we have a grouping of rows with an opportunity name and we'll get to see all these things like this. So this is there in edit. Just close this up. So by default it would look like this. When we go to edit the report we would have that kind of UI. So if we see here there is an chart enablement, we can enable it and we can see what type of chart we need. I will give a edit here, and if we give, so we have this many varieties of charts which we can use. Okay, and we can change the x-axis, y-axis as per the requirement, and there are certain restrictions on this as well. So directly we cannot change it. We need what, depending on the what grouping we give, it gives us the access details. So if I say opportunity owner in the grouping, here if we see it would get changed. So we can change the owner name. So that's how it works. Directly it won't it won't take as our need. So whatever we are providing with the grouping, it depending on that it will showcase. So if you see here, I have grouped with both owner role as well as the opportunity name, and we can know this around here and there, what however we need it. And the drawback of this is like we cannot modify the UI or whatever it is giving us. So however it is there, we would be able to use. So we can only configure the things in the say Salesforce reports and dashboard. We cannot customize anything out of it. So whatever available options are there, we can make use of them. Okay. So, okay. So would anyone say what kind of report type it is? Type of report it is?
Is it tabular?
Yeah, this tabular report. We go to the next report type. By the report type name itself, it shows as a joint report. So, okay. So this is joint report. This is how it looks like. Okay. So anything else we have in the report? No. Okay. So now I want you guys to create a report either from account or from contact or from cases, whichever you have. Do you guys have an access to org, or anyone is not having any access to that? How is it? So I want every one of you to create a report. So do you guys
There,
have, yeah, go ahead.
I have a doubt for a joint report. Does the two reports should have any kind of relation?
This giant report. So we don't make any relation when we create a report. If I give you a date, we don't need to have certainly any relationship. Okay. So if we add a block, it will get from everywhere. So it doesn't matter what report we have previously added. So if at all you need to give a relationship and in the joint report, you should take care of what kind of relationship it is having with between two groups. If you don't need to give it, it's okay to not have. It doesn't mean certainly we should have. Any other
Okay,
doubts?
sir. I was asking because we tried creating a joint report in one of our classes, and it said that the both the report types that we chose did not have any uh, uh, rows records in common. So it was not allowing us to create a joint report.
Okay, okay. So in that case, even I would have to check that up.
Because
Um,
both are two custom objects, not standard ones.
okay, okay. Get it. Any other these doubts? Okay, so if there is none, so if there is nothing to be discussed, we can wind up this call. Okay, thank you.